I literally thought we were having an earthquake. Tiny mirror, ring light, and hopes and dreams. I put on bug spray and I still got bitten after that. What's up, guys? My name is Natalie and welcome to my Nook of Novels. In today's video, I am going to be doing my makeup as I read Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. And obviously, I'm already wearing makeup right now. I'm filming this at a different point in time, as you can imagine. At the start of this vlog, basically how this is going to work is every single time I read a chapter, I'm going to do a step of my makeup. So I am going to be doing this on like easy mode. There's definitely some different routes that I could take for this because I could separate every single product that I use, like every color of every palette. I could do lashes, I could do setting spray as a step, all of those things, but I just don't have all the time in the world, and so I'm definitely not going to be doing that. But it still turns out to be quite a lot of chapters doing all of those makeup steps. I want to say it's like 10 steps for a full face, not including setting spray, but this book has really long chapters in it. So taking all that into consideration, this is quite a hefty challenge for me, especially because I am quite the slow reader, and at the point where I started this book in this video, I was at a very slow part that was really dragging along. Things were not going well. So all of that considered, this might turn out to be very successful. So without further ado, I am just going to go ahead and let you guys jump to the start of this vlog. Hey y'all! So please ignore the fact that the bed is not made. I feel like it makes it look way messier in here than when it is made, but I was not doing all that right now just to get cozy and read. So it is quite late in the day to be starting this. It's 4:32 right now, but I was not gonna have a chance to start this any sooner than right now because first of all, I was up so late last night editing my video that went up today, which was my July TBR. That one is super fun though. Definitely go check that out. I'll have it in the description of this video. But yeah, I was up until 3 in the morning doing that, and then I woke up at 9 so that I could get ready and go to my boyfriend's parents' house to paint doors. And I feel like it's crazy that I've been gone for that long. I guess I woke up closer to 9:30, and then it took me a while to get ready, so I didn't leave until close to 11. And then I stopped at the bank and I stopped to get gas on the way home, and it's also like a 40-minute drive, so I really wasn't there for crazy long. I ate lunch while I was there too, so that took time out of it. So anyway, the point is I was busy doing all of that, but now I'm back. I'm here. I am somewhat exhausted. Hopefully I don't accidentally sleep through the entire rest of the day and end up literally reading 0 pages because that would be very unfortunate. I probably mentioned this earlier, but there's a variety of different ways that I can kind of interpret my makeup steps to do this today, but I am just going to go the easy route just because I am a busy bee. Everything I'm doing the next couple days is me preparing for my 24-hour readathon that's coming up on Wednesday, and there's just a lot to do. So I'm just going to try to make things as easy on myself as possible. And I literally thought we were having an earthquake, but I forgot that our washer is broken, and it just like does this crazy rattling thing every time we wash clothes, and it like bangs against the closet. So you'll probably heard that, but I was like, hello, earthquake, natural disaster time, but no, just the washer. I'm not going to be changing anything about the face of makeup I'm doing. I'm just going to be counting things more together, if that makes sense. So whenever I do my contour, instead of doing a separate step for the rest of my face and my nose, because I consider those like separate things in my head, like my nose contour versus everything else, but those are both contours, so I'm just going to group them together and say that that is my contour step. Same with highlighter, like on my cheeks versus my nose, things like that. I also think I might be in the middle of a chapter, so I'm just gonna say that once I finish this chapter, that just will count as the first step, because technically this is for every chapter I finish, not for every chapter I start. So again, the goal is to have a full face of makeup by the end of the day, so we'll see what I can do. I'm really not planning on doing anything else today besides sitting here and reading and staying awake so that I can do that. I honestly might take a little bit of a nap. Nothing crazy, I hope. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna do my best. So without further ado, I am just gonna go ahead and start reading for the first makeup step, which is going to be my liquid foundation. I just realized I was completely yapping to y'all and then realized that the phone was still in time-lapse mode. But I really didn't even say anything important. I basically slept for like 15 minutes and now I'm re-energized. So as you guys just saw, I did my layer of foundation. My makeup doing technique for this video is literally just going to be tiny mirror, ring light, and hopes and dreams because the lighting in this room is nearly impossible for trying to do a face of makeup. I'm not really taking this too seriously in terms of like how my makeup actually looks. I'm kind of just trying to stay cozy and read for the most part. So first chapter is done. Foundation is done. The foundation that I use, this is just a random brush. I have no idea where this is from. I use this for my foundation and my bronzer, but my foundation is Matte Studio Fix shade NW10, in case you guys are wondering about that. I'm gonna get back to reading now. So I probably haven't mentioned yet either, but Clockwork Angel is the book I'm reading. You know, I probably said that in the intro to this video, so never mind. Ignore me. I'm gonna read chapter 11. You can come in. You can come in. You can come in now. You may enter. You're loud. Come in.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
No, it's really bad.
It hasn't really been that long at all since I've been reading, but I just feel like I'm barely making any progress in this book. That first chapter only had a few pages left, and this one, like, I keep having to go back and reread the same page, and I just feel like it's really hard to focus on it. But I'm also getting hungry, but I don't really know what I want to eat, and I kind of want to order something. I feel like I need some sort of, like, genuine strategy for how to focus on this book. Usually what I would do at this point would be just download the audiobook and listen to them alongside each other. I have 2 more Audible credits, but I need those for another video project I'm working on this month. So I don't really have any left over to spare for that. I kind of almost want to like start a second book and go back and forth between them. But if I do that, I'm gonna get through this book even slower. And also, these chapters are really long. And if I read another book that also has long chapters, I just feel like at that point it's just gonna take me forever to be going back and forth. But I don't know. I'm really indecisive. But I don't even know what I would start right now if I wanted to start something. I mean, there is one particular book that I really want to read, but not like aside with this one, because I almost feel like that would ruin the experience. So not that I hate this book, just the setting of it is not for me. I am not a historical fiction girly, and it's just feeling very dull. Obviously there's like magic and stuff happening too. It's not just historical fiction. It's like the less exciting version of Mortal Instruments, at least like through my eyes and like for my personal preference. Because the main character is not very adapted to the world, we're kind of just watching her like stand around and watch everyone else do things, which is to be expected because again, she's like new to things, but it's just making it kind of boring. And I didn't really feel that way at the beginning of City of Bones, but I think it's the fact that like it progressed so much as that series kind of went along, and by the time City of Glass happened, things were just really exciting, and it was super plot heavy, and it was just like super fast paced. But then kind of backtracking to this just feels boring. It's very slow. It's like dragging a lot. So I will ponder about it and keep you guys updated, but for now the progress is slow and steady to say the least. Hey y'all, so it's literally 7:12 right now, but I finally finished another chapter. I got to chapter 12 and it was just so hard to like get into that chapter. I was not feeling it, but I sat outside, I put on an ambiance, I started like reading some of it out loud and that really helped, and I started moving through it a lot faster. However, I got absolutely eaten alive by bugs. I literally have so many bug bites on my feet now. I put on bug spray and I still got bitten after that, even with bug spray on, so that's really great and convenient. Don't lick that, kitty. You don't want to poison yourself. You don't want to poison yourself with bug spray. Anyway, she's very cute, as usual, but that was slow going, to say the least. I ended up not ordering food. My boyfriend is gonna bring me food when he comes back home. I'm gonna keep makeuping, obviously. So the next step is concealer. And the reason I say it with air quotes like that is because I don't really use this for concealer. I use it a lot for like shading my face to look bright in the light, if that makes sense. So the concealer I use is Tarte Shape Tape. I love this so much. It is genuinely so good. This is one of my favorite makeup products. And then I have this Tarte brush that I put it on with. I used to just use a beauty blender, but I don't really use beauty blenders anymore, and this brush actually just came free with the most recent Shape Tape that I bought, and it's honestly perfect for it. I know that this is definitely looking really silly right now without the next steps happening, so I'm going to try to hurry up with the next few chapters so that I can make my face look actually normal in case my boyfriend brings his friend home with him, because I don't want anyone to see me like this. So I'm going to try to speed read as fast as I possibly can. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. Oh my goodness, the camera's crooked. Hey y'all, so I finished another chapter. That one was more enjoyable so far, I would say, than the others by far, just because it kind of like delved into the romance of the story a little bit more. I say a little bit more, but honestly, like, none of this book has been romance at all so far. It's kind of just been hinting at the fact that the characters kind of have feelings for each other, but it's not been a lot of them like interacting in a flirtatious way. But that chapter definitely like moved into that more, and honestly probably a little bit too quickly, but it kind of did that annoying thing where there's no reason for a conflict whatsoever, and then all of a sudden like they're apart. Like literally not a single thing happened, and he was like, you have to leave now, and it was really dramatic and annoying. So there was that, but it was definitely more enjoyable. I don't know, I feel like I've been saying this the whole book, but hopefully it picks up a little more. It did pick up slightly there, so there is some hope. The next makeup step is Translucent Perfect Light Loose Powder. I don't use this all the time, kind of just when I remember to. It is like a part of my makeup routine, so I just put this over everywhere where I used Shape Tape because it really like adds to and helps with the lighting differences and making sure that like the high points of your face are lightened, if that makes sense. I say everywhere. I don't really put it on my nose just because it's kind of messy. It's hard to focus it on just the tip of my nose because it likes to kind of go everywhere. As you just saw, I did put a tiny bit on my nose. It kind of just depends on how I'm feeling in the moment. So that was I'm gonna put a teeny tiny bit on my nose moment. She ducked under the surface of the water as if she could hide from the humiliating memory. It didn't work. my makeup really starts to come together when I do my bronzer. So I'm at least happy I look somewhat normal now. So I feel like we're actually making decent progress and the book is getting better. So yeah, I'm gonna keep trucking along. I don't know what time it is. It's like 10 o'clock or something. So yeah, 10:41. Time to chug some coffee. Filming on a phone is actually so frustrating because there's like so many little things that just like always go wrong. If I just had a viewfinder where I could see what the camera sees, it would literally fix so many things because it's always like either the camera's facing the wrong way or like literally just now I got this whole clip, my face was like cut out of it and I like couldn't tell because I'm on the other side of it. So anyway, that's annoying. But I got to chapter 15. I did my blush. So it's put away now. I'll put a text box on the screen of what it's called, but it's pink. It has this like goddess looking lady that the blush is in the shape of, and it's like pink with these gold flecks in it. And it's so cute and pretty. And when I do my blush, what I always do is I put like slightly too much and then blend it out because it always like it just looks better that way. It like creates a more like overall blended look that way. I think it just looks better. And the blending brush that I use is a complexion brush. It's this one. It has like a really like loose, like softer bristles, so it's just really good for that. Yeah, so this book is definitely picking up, and I like really want to get through the full face of makeup tonight. I don't know how late I'm gonna be able to stay up just because I'm sleepy. Honestly, like the main thing I really wanted to do with this video was just get through like the hump that I feel like I needed to get over in this book to actually like enjoy it and feel like I'm making progress. And I feel like I've gotten there, to be honest with you, because the second like half of this last chapter was really good. I was genuinely really enjoying myself, and it ended on this like really pretty quote, and there's just a lot going on with the characters that I'm actually invested in, and just the whole like scene that just happened was really cute and poetic, and then all of a sudden it was full of action and it was just so much fun. So I was really enjoying that, and I like the direction this is going. So definitely excited to keep reading this right now, and I feel like I'm finally to the point where it's picking up. Hopefully I don't say that and then the next couple chapters are boring as hell, but I really think I'm like there. So hoping to God that I am correct about that. I'm just gonna keep reading and hope that I can enjoy the rest of what happens here. As a side note, I just took like a tiny little break between those chapters to look through. I'm sure you'll know like the neon dinosaur that hangs up in the bedroom. I really want to get another one of those and put it in the living room here, and I was just like looking through to see like what other colors they have. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's in the background of all of my Wheel of TBR videos, so y'all can go check out my June or July Wheel of TBR, either one, or my Spinner chooses how many hours I read for a week. That video, you can also see the dinosaur if you guys are wondering what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get back to reading because I'm genuinely invested now, and I'm excited to see where this is going. So update you guys when I read some more. Okay, y'all, y'all. So I finished 2 more chapters since I've been sitting here. So the next 2 makeup steps are highlighter and eyeshadow. And whenever I start my eyeshadow, that's when I always feel like I'm almost done with my makeup. So now that we're at this point, I'm feeling like I've made some decent progress and I'm actually might have a chance of like finishing all of this tonight. So as of right this minute, it's 1:33 in the morning. So honestly not bad. It could be worse. I was up till 3 last night, so I am definitely less tired than I could be. I am still like alive feeling. I don't know when I'm gonna get like too exhausted to carry on, but for right now I am chilling. So in terms of the highlighter I use, I have both of these highlighters from Revolution. This one is Set the Tone and this one is Make an Impact. This is like pinky gold. I use this one on my cheeks, and this white one I use on my nose as well as like my eyebrow bone whenever I do my eyeshadow. Okay, so then for eyeshadow, I have a couple different palettes I use depending on like the look I'm going for. The 2 overall looks that I do are like a pinkish look and an orangey red. So for the pink, I always use the Cinderella Novo palette. There's like a couple different shades in here that I would typically go for, but I usually do like a lighter pink for the inside and a darker for the outside. Or there's also like more of just a sparkly, like, I don't want to say yellow, but like orangey yellow, just sparkly, a nude color, I guess, is what I would call that. It just depends on what I'm feeling for like the specific shades. And then if I'm going for the orangey red, I'll use the Anastasia Sultry palette. This is what I mean. This, like, when I say like that beigey kind of thing, gold, I guess is a good description. And then I'll do red lipstick, where I'll do pink with obviously the pinker look. I am gonna use this. Now, if I was doing this in like super ultra hard mode, I would do a separate color for each chapter, but obviously there's no way I'm gonna get through that many pages before I absolutely crash tonight. So we're just doing the whole eyeshadow look all in one go. I said, I always take the highlighter and just put it at the brow bone. Okay, so because I'm skipping mascara, I only have 2 steps left after this, and that is eyebrows and lipstick. Hey guys, so I finished another chapter, and honestly I think this is where I'm gonna just stop for the night. I made it to page 400, so there's only 79 pages left of the book, which is so exciting. It feels like I've made so much progress seeing that there's literally only this chunk left. I read a lot of chapters today considering how much this book was absolutely dragging, so super excited about that. The last like makeup thing I'm gonna do is eyebrows, just because that's like something I can do and then like setting spray my face and go to bed, and it'll probably be completely fine when I wake up. If I did like lipstick or anything, I don't think it would last through the night, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, I could stay up and keep reading, but I am not gonna torture myself. I'm already doing a 24-hour readathon in 2 days, and I need to save up all the energy I can for that, so I'm just going to call it a night there. Definitely like super excited though about where this book is, not where it's going, but like how much better it is at the point I'm at than where I was. So super happy with my reading progress today. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just show you guys what I do for eyebrows. For my brows, I use this Shade Light Contour palette. You guys saw me using this earlier for my nose contour, but I used that as well as the Butter Bronzer, the Sun-Kissed bronzer shade. That's just what I do like all of my bronzer with, and then I use a little bit of this on my nose. I use like the middle shade in here. I use just this dark shade. There's like none of it left because I accidentally threw it on the floor one time, but that's what I do my brows with. I guess it really depends on like the day and the lighting and stuff for which shade I actually use for my brows, but the darker one tends to match, I guess, with my hair a little bit better and just like look like I've done more to my brows overall. So I just take this teeny tiny brush and I just kind of fill it in a little little bit. And then I take this little e.l.f. brow pencil. I was gonna say what it's called, but it literally just says brow pencil. And then I kind of smooth it out. And I have a bunch of different lipsticks that I use, so I'm not really gonna go over any of those. Stila is one that I use a lot. For eyeliner, I have an Urban Decay pen that I use for that. In terms of mascara, in case you guys are wondering, I use the Urban Decay Perversion mascara, and then I also use Damn Girl Too Faced mascara. This one I use more on the ends. This one I use like on the rest of my lashes and my bottom lashes just to kind of like lift them and darken them. I also use Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I don't love this one just because it kind of leaves dots all over my face, but I just use a blending brush over that. I also have, I don't know what the brand is, but I have like a blue and a purple mascara that I'll sometimes use as well. That's pretty much all like the main stuff I use on a regular basis. My face and makeup would look better if I didn't do one layer and then go outside and sweat a bunch and then wait an hour to do the next layer and all of that. Obviously, like, those things affect the overall look. Overall, not too shabby. And honestly, like, the biggest thing, again, like the biggest goal of this video was just to give me a reason to genuinely pick this up and speed through as much as I could, and super happy with my progress in this book. So yeah, this was definitely like a different type of video challenge. I thought it was pretty fun. I have some similar things like in my brain that I kind of want to do in the future, just as like something to kind of get me through a book. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be trying some of those out in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please hit the like button and subscribe if you'd like to, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see the other videos that I post on Mondays and Thursdays, with reading/productivity sprints on every first and third Monday of the month, replacing that Monday video. Starting in August though, I'll only be posting just on Thursdays, not Mondays as well. Also having those Monday reading sprints in addition to those Thursday videos. If you liked this type of video, please like let me know in the comments if you have any other ideas that are similar to this that you guys are wanting to see from me. Let me know. I'll see what I can do. And yeah, my Bookstagram, my Goodreads, and my book talk will all be linked in the description of this video if you guys would like to check out any of those. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!